What happened? Yo, we're like a deer caught in headlights.
Like, why did that come on? With the video.
The next bus is coming down.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year's, peoples. What's good, people?
New Year, Blunt.
Happy New Year's, Mr. Brooklyn Pete.
So, yo, my head just went blank. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to our show, our first show of the year, 2023. Hoping to bring you some new styles, some new things we're planning. Blunt, today we have our first official. Yeah, I know you may not be ready with your whole, outfit or whatever you was planning on, but I do want to bring up a couple of questions for you. So, guys, he's looking around for it. He's looking.
Yeah, I don't know where I put that shit. Yeah.
We wanted to start this year. Well, we'll talk about this a little later, but we're gonna have the questions for Blunt. It's a segment called. What was the segment called? Shit, what's the segment called? Questions for Blunt. Blunt, we'll come up with something later. But this is you guys emailed us or emailed me because he can't know the questions that come in. You guys are sending your relationship questions to what's that to original Brooklyn Pete at gmail.com. I think that's it. Original Brooklyn Pete. It's not?
I don't know. Did you put it in the banners? You should have put it in the banners.
I think it is. Oh no.
The real Brooklyn Pete.
The real Brooklyn Pete at gmail.com. You guys send your relationship questions. You don't have to put your name. You can make up a name. It'll be anonymous. And we got your boy Blunt that will be responding to them. Real talk. A man's point of view on your relationship questions. And we've got quite a few that have been emailed. And we hope you guys continue. So as long as you guys keep sending the questions, we'll keep doing this. Blunt will not know the question right from the spot. He will have to come up with an answer, and it should be fun. So later on in the broadcast, we will ask Blunt one or two questions to start the year off. But what we got, something important that we got to talk about real quick, which is starting soon. Yeah, what is it? Where's that thing? Yeah, there you go. This is tonight, the first Brooklyn Bus Network redesign meeting, folks. So if you want to be part of it, it starts at 7:45. I believe Blood threw the link or about to throw the link on the comments. And you can see there tonight the passcode. There's the passcode Brooklyn, the meeting ID. Take a picture of it, folks. Get to it. Bit.ly, BBNR Speak 1. You go on there. Fill out the form if you want to be part of the first Brooklyn Bus Network redesign meeting. Folks, if you are not bus operator, even if you're a bus operator, it's good. They're not going to know. Sign up. Sign up and speak your mind. Let them know how you feel about this this new design they have for, it's really not just Brooklyn, because they got Queens, they got the what else? The express buses. So they're like going wide with this, and they have a new redesign, and a lot of the lines are getting redesigned. Um, and you got questions about that? I I would like to know what's gonna go on with the paddles, because they never changed they never changed the paddle or schedules since the last time when the speed limit dropped. Transit didn't change the paddles or schedules to go according to the new speed limit. So we kind of got screwed where if you don't move to a certain speed, you're always running late, which, I mean, it doesn't matter, but I think they should try to accommodate the schedule. And I'm guessing this is probably going to be the uh the best time to do it, right, Blunt? I mean,
Yeah, well, they have to
they're going to
finalize
have
what they're
to.
doing first. Once they finalize what they're actually going to do as far as the redesign, then once that's done, they could then the officers could go in and request and look at how the schedule should change. But definitely change the schedule according to the new redesign, because their whole thing is they want to make it so that the bus service is faster and connectivity is even better. So they have to change the paddles if that they want to make that work that way. There's no other way around it. They got to do bus lanes and stuff like that. They have to enforce the bus lanes.
Yeah, I don't think like you said, they have no way around it. They're going to have to. They're going to have to. Sorry, just got a problem here with my camera. A problem with my camera right now. Why now?
What's wrong with it?
It's showing me like blurry. No, unless I'm going blind. Unless I'm going blind. Oh, damn. It's like, all right. I'll leave it like that. No, I could do about it. So, yeah. So, they definitely need to. I mean, they're going to have to change the paddles regardless. But you see what they're saying? They're saying that they're going to they want to take their time. They want to make sure that everybody gets to vote on the proposal. I feel that they're just stalling.
Stalling for what?
To not have to put that money that they're going to have to make the proposal to make all these changes. Like, they definitely cannot do it now. I mean, we just started a new schedule. Our new pick started, so I can't see them changing it now. So
They got
it's gonna be
it
a
might be
while.
a couple of years. It might be a couple of years before they actually implement anything, because they got to go through all these stages first before they even get into that. So they're gonna have these meetings. They're gonna listen to what the people in the certain neighborhoods and all neighborhoods that they're going to, and see what they want and what needs to be done before they can even think about actually doing anything. So it's going to be a while, but it's good that they have the public hearings. But it's just that they don't advertise enough for people to even know that there's a public hearing. So it's like they say, "Oh, we had the public hearing, nobody showed up," because nobody even knows about it. So now we got us who can actually relay that information. Hopefully, if anybody's watching, interested in, we also have they're gonna have more Zoom meetings. So
Yeah,
they
today's just
really
the first one, right?
today's just the first one. They really want more people to go, but like I said, they're not really advertising. But we gonna do it for them. They have this here to the public workshops. They're planning for a better bus network for Brooklyn. Even though they are going to be going all over the spot, all over the tri-state. Not tri-state, it's tri-state. But they're going to be going all over the city. The boroughs.
Mm.
So all the workshops are going to happen from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. The sessions will begin at 6:30 and then 7:30 p.m. So you could join. You could join at any time. The link I already put in the comments. That's going to be the link. Screenshot this for the meeting ID. If you don't have a laptop or a computer or a cell phone like that, where you could get on there on the Zoom meeting, then you could use those numbers down below that are on there on a mobile. So you could join those. Join those. These are here's a screenshot. These wait, that's the wrong one. It's the first part right here. So you got Wednesday, January 11th, 12th,
Mm.
Tuesday, January 17th, Thursday the 19th, 24th. You got all these dates here and the boroughs they're going to be covering. So if you live in a certain borough and you see the date that's on, you could join the Zoom meeting and see what's going to happen in your borough. You don't have to be in a specific borough to just join the meeting. You could join any meeting you want. But if you do live in a specific, like say Crown Heights, then they're gonna have a Zoom meeting on Crown Heights on Thursday the 2nd. So you want to be you might want to join that Zoom. So screenshot that. That's the first one. Here's the second one of dates around the dates. So you have Tuesday the 21st all the way up
All
to
the way to
Thursday
March.
March 9th. So they're gonna have all these meetings before they do it. Screenshot it or pause the screen or whatever, and then do what you gotta do. But they are asking for people to be involved. So if you can get involved, I'm gonna see if I can catch one or two of them and see what
Mhm.
they're talking about.
And there's those Zoom meetings too.
Yeah, they're all zooming, so you could be in
I
the
mean,
comfort
so
of
it's
your
not like you
home.
got to travel anywhere. You're from
Yeah.
home on your phone
Mhm.
or your laptop. There's really no reason for anybody to miss this.
To pop in and see what they're talking about. Add your little 2 cents and pop back out. But the first one is tonight, starting at 7:45. So you should be there after 8 because we don't go off to 8. So
Yeah.
you should join them after 8 if you're going to join them tonight. Then you
Or
get there
you
after
got
8.
another laptop put on the side and, sign up and just watch both. Go back and forth. Oh yeah, that's definitely important. Did you put the also the mass meeting or did I miss it?
We didn't talk about it yet.
Oh, okay. For some reason I
But
thought
yet,
you put it
since you already brought it up, there is a mass meeting for the membership. It's happening Saturday, January 28th. I can't see what this
the
is.
Sheraton Times Square in
There
New
you go.
York.
At the Sheraton. So
Yes.
remember, they don't really. I guess they do have them. I don't know if they have them as often as they should, but this is the first mass meeting of the year. You got to be in good standings. Make sure you're in good standings, or you won't be able to be let in. And
And guys, if you're watching, if you're not in transit, this part is not for you. This is strictly
you got
transit
to be
workers,
you got to be a
local.
member.
You got to be a member of the local 100.
Yeah.
Uh,
Register. You got to register to get involved.
I'm gonna try to see if I put in for a day because I work Saturdays, and that time I'm working. Maybe I could.
Yeah, I don't know if you tell Aaron that you're trying to get into the meeting, you should be able to either swap or give you the day off or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try because I haven't been to one. I like to go to this one,
Well, it's the first. If you're gonna go to anyone, that's the one you want to go to,
the mass one, right? Yeah.
the mass one. You know, make sure you bring your list of grievances you want
I
to
think they only give you 2
bring
minutes
up.
anyway.
Fuck, you take the
Hmm.
2 minutes. Take all the 2 minutes. See if somebody will see if somebody will give you their 2 minutes.
Like,
Like,
yeah, we saw that. We saw that happen.
I'm not
With
stepping down. Joe says he's gonna lend me his 2 minutes, so I'm taking his 2 minutes because I got this and that third. Yeah, man. Go up there and lay
and
it
then the
down.
next one be like, you could take my 2 minutes too. You're like, yo, I was
Well,
only ready for 2 minutes. That
if
was
you,
one
yeah,
of my favorite 2 minutes.
I don't know, Pete, because you got a lot you gotta say, so you
I
might
know.
go
I mean,
through it
I
just
know that
like
when I get going, it's like I'm like a train
exactly.
wreck, and I just
You might go up there, go, hey, I just want to, and then 5 hours later, and you Brooklyn Pete for president.
nah. Stop.
By the
Stop.
time you finish that, they done got you running for president.
Imagine that. Hey, that's
That'd
too
be
much.
crazy.
That's too much work, bro. I'd rather be one of the ones that complain to the president.
I don't know, man. Kind of looked like a cushy job to me.
Oh.
Yeah,
So yeah, guys. So, fudge. Couple of things happened. Just happened. So we're not into. I mean, I'm not into big time into sports, but this is big news that just happened. What was it, like a couple of days ago?
yeah.
We're talking about the Demar. And I had a whole bunch of stuff written down, and I don't have it anymore. So, Mr. Damar Hamlin, he was from the Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
Buffalo Bills. They were going on a game against. Help me out because I don't remember, against Cincinnati. What was it?
I don't know who they was playing
Yeah,
against.
they were playing Cincinnati. The Bengals. I believe they were playing the Bengals, and it was he that got hit, right?
He didn't get. I mean, it was a tackle. I don't. When I
He got
saw it, it didn't
tackled.
look like it. No, he was actually tackling the person
He
on the
tackled.
left side. Yeah, it looked like he got hit, but it didn't look like he got hit in his chest. He got hit in the tackle. He made the tackle. He got up and he was like about to celebrate, and he just brought back
Yeah, what's the
and
video? And
had a
I didn't
cardiac
think that
arrest.
it was him. I thought that he got hit in a certain area.
No, that's what's going around. If you look at it, it doesn't look like he really
He
got hit.
tackled.
It's like like they went like they grabbed each other.
Yeah.
It was a hit, but it wasn't as hard as you would think it was. But yeah. So right now they it's cardiac arrest and they're not sure exactly what happened.
That's scary, man. The kid is only 24 years old, man. That's my son's age. Only 24 years old. And I was there's other shows that I be listening to in the morning, and they're saying that they don't believe something like this has ever happened in um in the NFL. Nothing like this, something like this has never happened. Like another situation like this, where you get hit, or you hit, and then you wind up collapsing. Like this, like the first time ever something like this happens. And my heart goes out to his family, man. I mean, some people might say it's the game, but no. I was listening to some other doctors saying that it's something that happens, um, where it's just you got the hit, and it has to do with the heart and the heartbeat at the same time. It has to be something that has to be like a perfect hit for that to happen
Yeah.
to the person's heart.
It's where you in your heart is at a certain rhythmic, and then you have to hit it at the precise time of the rhythm to cause the arrhythmia to happen. But that's like it can happen. It does happen to athletes and stuff like that. But they don't know if that's what happened with him. They don't know right now. It's still inconclusive to what exactly happened. He's still in intensive care at
Stable.
critical condition. Yeah, he's still in intensive care at critical condition.
Well, let's hope everything. And through all this has happened, I heard about people complaining about what about the game? When is the next game? Like, there's some heartless people, bro.
Well, what's his name? Chip? What's it? Chip from that show that be on TV? Oh man, with
For
the
some
two
sports
guys.
show.
He has a sports show that be on
Mhm.
TV. This guy was all over the internet. He had text that same night. Are they going to delay? Should they delay the game because of this? Or he's saying the game is too important and stuff like that. So he got a lot of heat for that. They trying to cancel him now. Him
Mhm.
and Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp and him. I forget his name, Chip or something like that. I forgot, but yeah, he texted that and they were a lot of people were upset. It's
Yeah,
like
like that's the last thing that should be going through your mind. Oh, when is the game? Yo, this guy that he's at death's door more than likely, and you're over here worried about a game.
so a lot of people are upset about that. I mean, you could understand from From a business perspective, where the game has to, the game has to keep going.
Mm.
Um, as tragic as it is, I was surprised they actually stopped it. Usually they just cart them off the field and they keep it moving. We'll get the next player on and keep it moving. But
Maybe because of how it happened.
yeah, the way it happened is just a little crazy. And there's a whole big thing about players getting insurances and stuff like that because they said that he's not fully vested in NFL. He still has about 2 more years to be fully vested.
Oh
And so
man.
they was bringing up the fact that he after something like this happens to a athlete like him, that the NFL turns around and say, he's he wasn't fully vested, so he's basically going to be on his own. They said he was making about 180,000 a year, and they said after this, that's all he's going to get. He's not going to get anything else after that. So he could possibly be messed up for life, and they're not going to give him disability or nothing. He's stuck.
That's
And his
crazy.
family's going to have to be stuck with the bill. So it's like there's a whole big thing they're talking about that now. Like they saying how NFL needs to revamp its policies and stuff like that. Like they had just the last contract negotiation they had, they they were saying that they wanted to pay about a certain percentage to disability athletes, to athletes that how you say apply and they fit the standards to get disability, that they was at a certain percentage, and their last contract negotiation they lowered it down to like 6%. And it's like, so it was like, I don't know if the numbers are right, but it says like it was at 20%
Mm.
for the athletes who actually applied, and to say it was like maybe 50% of those who actually had enough of what was needed to be accepted in the disability, that out of that 60%, 20% will actually get it, and now they lowered that down to like 6%. So what are the chances this guy's going to get disability if he has a permanent disability? So there's a whole big thing. My thing about that, I get that. I get that they should have a different, they should revamp their policies and have that covered. They make enough freaking money to do it. So I don't understand why they can't just do that. But I also feel like we were saying with the depot, on the depot level, that the players should have their own pool of money for athletes that like for situations like this. So they don't have to totally depend on the NFL. The union itself should have a collection for athletes who have sudden injuries, just as like a sudden injury fund that'll take care of them for life. So they, between all these NFL players, we talking billions of dollars, so they can have at least at the minimum hundreds of millions of dollars saved up on the side.
Mm.
So something like this happens, they could give that man a salary, 2 million, 3 million a year for the rest of his life. They got enough money to cover that. Why they can't come together and do something like that?
Yeah, that's
You
a really
Why not?
interesting idea right there, bro.
Why not? Why depend on the NFL?
What
I
is
mean,
it? Is
it's
it
business.
they you say they do it on their own, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah, they have a union. Let the union organize it and fix that up. Everybody pay dues. Those who making, buku money, they put their money in, and then when you come in, you get fully vested. You put your money in. Then people like athletes like this don't have to worry because it's a dangerous sport. And even though they still, they changing the rules to make it less dangerous, it's still a dangerous sport. It's still a dangerous sport. So yeah, I mean, it's a sad story, man. This guy young, man, whole life ahead of him. He was making a tackle and ended up passing out.
So
That's
more than
crazy.
likely, this might be it. This is it for him. Could he
He
come
might
back
not.
from this?
He can, but it's
Well, if
I
they
mean,
find out what actually happened and they could take care of it.
the good thing is that he was getting resuscitation on the spot.
But it was twice also, I heard. Just heard today that they had to bring him back twice. Once in the field, and then it was either on the way to the hospital or at the hospital. They had to revive him again.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
twice.
You know what's good about this? It's scary that you have to come back twice, but you're looking at somebody who did that. So, I'm fine, right? I mean, I'm broken, but I'm here. But
Right?
what's good about it though is that
Well, that you're
when you
here, that's a good thing.
yeah, no, I'm saying when you flatline, um, depending on how long you flatline, but when you flatline and your heart stops beating and they get it to start back up, that rest period that your heart has, even though your life is dependent on you coming back, but that rest period that your heart has kind of like rejuvenates your heart. It's like a break for your heart. Because remember, your heart's been working before you came into this world. Your heart's been working nonstop since.
Mm-hmm.
So that rest period is like a breath of fresh air for your heart. It actually kind of, when it comes back a little stronger.
Does it?
So, yeah, I mean, it may not be where, you could go running 10 laps when you first come out of it, but that break is good for your heart. It is. But who wants to chance that? You know what I mean? Like, put me out for about a minute. Make
I
sure I
need a
come
break.
back. Yeah, it needs a break. I need a fresh start. Put me out for about a minute. But
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I've read that before, that your heart
Yeah.
could use that break. I'm like, that's scary.
Well, I can't say I've ever heard that, but interesting. That's interesting. And let's continue. We have another famous person, Mr. Jeremy Renner. This is
Oh,
also kind of
AKA Hawkman.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. I said Hawkman. Hawkeye from the MCU.
Yeah, Mr. Jeremy Renner plays Hawkeye.
This
Yeah,
is a crazy story. It's
yeah.
a crazy story.
They where he lives at, they don't get inches, they get feet of snow.
They get snow.
So I guess he had family at his house. They got snowed in, so
His
he went and
family
got
got stuck
himself.
in the car. His family got stuck, snowed in the car, and he
Oh, it
went
was
to
in the
go help
car. I
them.
thought it was in the
Yeah.
house. He was trying to clean so they could get out.
He has his own snowplow because he helps his neighbors and stuff. He
Yeah.
plows the whole area where he lives at, and his family got stuck in the car. He went to help them out, and he actually got them out. And when he went to get off of the snowplow, which is his snowplow, it ran him over. That's crazy.
That
You
plow's
know how
over
much that snowplow?
14,000 pounds.
Yeah.
It's not just a little regular plow. Thing is
No.
huge.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the cops and everything, they took the plow to
Yeah, they
check it
got to
because
investigate
supposedly
it.
it has safety mechanics on it so that things like that don't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they got to investigate how did that happen.
Yeah, he probably could sue because it has to be something wrong with it. I don't think he would forget. Well, I don't know. I don't know him, so, but I doubt
Yeah.
you would forget to hit whatever safety measure you're supposed to hit when getting off that big
He
machine.
was he probably was thinking he was Hawkeye and shit. He was jumping over the whole thing, and then oops.
Woo.
I mean, it said he went to the front of the thing, you know? So I could just see him trying to just do flips and see what's wrong. Holy
This ain't
shit.
the movies.
Reality check.
This ain't the
Nah,
movies,
but seriously, he got his leg got mangled. Part of it torso got mangled. I mean, that's now I'm wondering if he would ever come back, if we're even gonna see Hawkeye again. If MCU, if he'll be back. I mean, they said that his leg got mangled.
Yeah, he probably won't be able to come back, so they're probably gonna write him out. Besides,
Yeah.
they was already switching over to the younger Avengers anyway, so
Yeah.
there's no
Or
real
they
need
do
to have him.
something. I mean, they could make anybody fly, so they could like rebuild him or something, and be like,
I mean, if he
he could fly
at
and
this
throw
point,
arrows from midair and shit.
at this point, he don't have to come back as working
Hawkeye.
with Hawkeye. He could just be retired Hawkeye, be sitting down talking and stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
to the younger Avengers and stuff like that. So you don't necessarily, or they could have him just stand up, and then not do anything physical.
Be like the coach.
Yeah, that's it. They don't have to.
I mean, he had somebody right in that movie that he was kind of
Yeah,
sort
he
of
was already
the
training. He was already training.
girl.
Plus,
Yeah.
he had his daughter. He was training, and
Mhm.
and in the Disney Plus series, he was already trained the other girl in there. So she's supposed to be taking over Hawkeye, although his daughter's supposed to be part of the Young Avengers. But I don't know how MCU is going to actually do
Are they
that.
gonna
So
do
we'll
that?
see. Yeah, they are going to do the Young Avengers. They plotting all that stuff now. That's how you got Miss Marvel. You got the one that was in Hawkeye. You got Ironheart that was in the last Black Black Panther movie. Those are all going to be part of the Young Avengers.
Okay, okay.
And then you have Iron Man's daughter also who's supposed to be part of the Young Avengers, but we'll see.
Well, his wife,
So yeah.
no?
And remember in Thor
His
Love and
wife
Thunder,
might
he
be
was
some.
no, I don't think she's gonna.
No,
In Thor Love and Thunder, he ended up taking the little daughter
don't
and
tell me I
raising
didn't see
her.
that. I didn't
You
see it
see
yet.
that?
Was it good?
It's okay. You ain't missing nothing.
That's
But
what I
it's
hear
okay.
everybody saying, that it was just okay.
Yeah,
Frankly, to tell you, all
Thor,
the Thor movies, they're kind of funny. They're all kind of comedic.
they
So
all have that community.
yeah, so I
Uh,
didn't really care much for Thor. The females like the Thor, the actor, But,
yeah, well, that's for a different reason. But this
yeah.
is this Thor Love and Thunder was like an Andor for me, where you don't really need to see it. You're not gonna you gotta see this movie. The only reason you need to see it is so that you could be on point with the canon, so you understand what's happening to what, because they all come in later on. They're all important later on. So you just want to know what happens. That's all. And then later on, you can point it back and go, oh, that happened in Thor Love and Thunder. That's the only reason why you need to see that. Other than that, you can actually bypass it. But he does raise the little female, which becomes his daughter. So, they're setting it up. MCU is setting it up for the next phase, which actually starts this year. So,
Oh, interesting. I'll be looking out for that. All right, so let's take a quick little break. Show you a new thing that your boy Blunt has come up with. And right after that, Blunt, are you ready for the question? Question for Blunt?
yeah, let's
All
go.
right,
Let's
so
do it.
check this out. And right after this, we're coming back with question for Blunt. All right. Oop, he disappeared. So
Yeah.
that's the new beanie, your new Two Transit Misfits logo beanie for the winter. Guys, go check it out. Get yours. And if you get one, make sure you send us a picture so we can post it during our show. Now, what we're gonna do now is we started talking about it last year. And we're gonna have fun with this. So we're asking our viewers to send us a question regarding what was it? Regarding relationships. Yes, relationships. So any questions you have about relationships, and you send them to my email, the original Brooklyn Pete at gmail.com, so that Blunt can't see them. He doesn't know the question I'm going to ask, and then he's going to answer it as truthful and as as serious as he can, and we're going to have fun with this. So with that said, our new segment, question for Blunt. You ready, Blunt?
So, damn, hold on. Jesus Christ. All right, let's go. Let's go.
I still have asthma, bro. Look at this shit. All right,
Let's go.
yo, you gotta go solo. There you go. Oh my god, what the fuck?
Gotta get serious.
All right, Blunt. You got a little beat that.
Yeah, let's
All
go.
right, Blunt. So we're gonna have 2 questions today. The first question. Let me get close to the mic too. The first question comes from Loyal to My Love 619.
I thought we wasn't giving out names.
Well, that could be a fake name, so that's why they put it on there.
Okay.
You're not gonna find this name. They just put that name.
Loyal to his 169.
Loyal to My Love 619 wants to know if you are in a relationship and one person is single and the other is married. Is the single person expected to be loyal, or is it okay for both to see other people? That's a big one.
If you're in a relationship and one person is single and the other person is married, the single person can do whatever the fuck they want to do because they're not committed to anyone. The married one has to tread carefully.
All right. That's the answer. Loyal to My Love 619. If you're listening, hope that was helpful. Let's go with one more. Let's try to do two per show. Let's see.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Okay, let's go with this one. Just Peachy. It comes from Just Peachy. Asks,
Just Peachy.
Is kissing more intimate than any sex act?
No.
Is that
There
it? Can you elaborate a little bit?
No.
Like,
there's
why?
a whole bunch of other stuff you can do that's more intimate than kissing. But kissing is one of those things where it depends on the person. But for the rest of us, no.
Okay. And that concludes our question for Blunt. This week's questions. Love the hair. He looked like Jeffrey Dahmer mixed with I don't know what. All right. So, folks, if you agree or disagree with anything that your boy Blunt has just said, feel free to email us. You could email us at truthtransitmisfits@gmail.com. And if you disagree with Mr. Blunt's ideology of,
you can go to hell.
He don't care, but we'd like to know if you agree or disagree. So send us your email at truthtransitmisfits@gmail.com. Let me cross these out.
And we'll be right back right after this.
The issue happens to be with our insurance, Aetna, benefits that our children need that we're not getting. And that would be autism. We have this when you call to have something covered and they tell us it's not covered, and okay, it's not covered. You let it go. That's it. My child needs ABA services. And when you call Aetna, they tell us that it's not covered. Now, ABA is very important. And I was wondering if there's something that could be done. Is there something that could be amended as far as this rule that certain things are not covered? If we get more people, more transit workers that are interested, that have a children on the spectrum, and like me, will love their child to get ABA services, so maybe some other service that it's not covered, then we would go forward.
so that was the wrong.
Yeah, I was like,
That was the wrong one. I'm like, why is that still on? I have a short one. I didn't. I thought I uploaded it. Sorry.
well, but
Still on.
it's about ABA, correct?
Yeah, it's about
And our,
ABA.
our fight for MTA
Yep.
to give us ABA to the children and to the children in transit have parents who work in transit have children under the spectrum, and we started this a couple years ago, and we're gonna have to ask Ms. Lopez to join us again. She was pretty much in our first show where we started talking about this service. For those of you that don't know, autism, they're children on the spectrum. Therapies, a different kind of therapies. There's speech therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy, and then the big one is ABA. ABA is the one that helps kids with autism learn skills and lessen problematic behavior, like hurt themselves. And there are several different forms of ABA, but they're all based on the idea of reinforcing certain behaviors. So, it promotes family interaction, increased cooperation, develops appropriate play and leisure skills, it builds fine motor skills and gross motor skills. So basically, it helps them in challenges as to become better adults. There's a lot of things that ABA helps, and many other companies um, offer this service, and we're trying to see how many parents with children on the spectrum we have on transit. So we'd like you guys to please share this, pass this, what do you call it, to sign the petition, because we need more people to sign the petition. So
Need more
please take
signatures.
Hmm?
Need more signatures. Need more
signatures. Yeah. So please pass it along. Sign it if you haven't. We're not asking for money. I mean, I know that on that app when you open it, it says if you want to donate. We're not asking for donations. We're just asking for your signatures, and we're gonna continue on. We're gonna have people coming on. I believe I have a doctor, actually my own son's doctor, who said that she'll do to help out with whatever. So it's just hard to get her on, but I'm hoping that we're going to have her on here. She's a professional in the field, and she said she'll help us out to get this thing going. And we're also looking into lawyering up. So, folks, if you're watching this, please, this is very serious. This is, if you don't have a child on the spectrum, you probably know somebody that does in transit. To please pass the information on. We're trying to take MTA head on. We'd like them to change our health plan where that's included somehow. We'll get ABA. As for me, when we started this, my son was younger. At this point, we are being told that maybe it might not be something for him anymore because he has moved along pretty well with that situation where maybe he doesn't need the entire ABA, but doesn't matter. I still want to get it done for the transit workers because it is very important, especially when you have small children. This helps them a whole lot, like a lot, and the service is not cheap. And what I heard, could be upwards of $600 a session. Sessions could be like 45 minutes. Who has $600 to pay 3-4 times a week? As a bus operator, I don't, and that's why I believe that MTA and Aetna should get together and get us that service. So we're going to continue. I'm going to try to get this doctor on board, and I have a couple other people that want to help out. So Blunt, we set the track. Thanks to you, Blunt, too. I got to give you a heads up. I'm not heads up. A thank you because you jumped in here both feet, and you've done videos and you did the whole the signature thing. I don't know what I call it. What's it called again?
The petition.
The petition. So Blunt, thank you for that too, because you didn't have to, but you did, and I appreciate that very much. My family appreciates that you did that. It's a big thing. You might think it's not, but it's a big thing. So I appreciate that. And we're going to continue going forward with this, and hopefully, let's see what this year brings us, that we could actually do something. I believe our vice president had spoken to you, a local 100 vice president had spoken to you back last year that he would be in. So let's see what happens with that. Maybe we could get a new president, a new local president to jump in and help us out.
Yeah.
So I mean, we need them to get this done, basically, because they're the ones up there that are going to be able to talk, MTA honchos and see what could be done to get this. And this whole thing started because I found out that they had, in our plan, they had helicopter airlift, which has been used one time since they had it. And we're like, let's just see what we could do with the whole health program and see what maybe is needed or not needed, change it around. Just put ABAs for kids, man. It's for the children. They need it. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say for that for now. What else do we have, Blunt? How are we running on time? We're running good on time.
We're good. Yeah, we're good. So, we got some bad news for some of y'all folks out there, and you know who you are. And that is, there's this site. I don't know. Maybe you heard of it, Pete, but I never
Pornhub?
heard of it. Pornhub.
Oh, yo, how did I just took a guess. I was just having fun with it. I thought you said, "Nah, Pete, get your mind out of the gutter." I guess it was right on the
Pornhub,
spot.
yeah. So apparently, there's a new law now that in Louisiana right now. So our folks in Louisiana, we feel sorry for you guys that you can no longer access the site unless you verify your age. And
Wow.
you got to use a government issue ID like a driver's license, something, in order to watch your videos on this. It's a site, right? It's a website. I don't know.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Let me get your phone next time I see you. Let me get your phone.
So yeah, there's a new is out there now. So Louisiana,
A lot of
lay down the
horny young
law.
mother effers in Louisiana that are probably blowing up the freaking website.
Yeah. So now you got it. Now you have to actually show ID, government ID, in order to access the site.
That's crazy.
They're saying, but some folks are against it. They saying that it's just another government trick to access your identification and monitor you.
They're moving to New York.
Yeah. So it's
and
also
it's only that state.
So far,
right
it's the only one right now. But there's also done in UK and I think Australia. They also passed a similar law. But that's only Pornhub.
About it,
only Pornhub
could just get in there,
Yeah, it says a click away. It is a click away, So anybody can actually access it. But now in Louisiana, you can't. It's been restricted now. You go in there. You got to show ID, and yeah, you're in trouble. If not, you ain't got the ID. So they considered They consider you too young if you're under 18. So 18.
Okay, so what about the other sites? Because there's other sites that are the same thing.
Right now it's just Pornhub. So you
got
the other
red
sites,
something red, I believe. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I've been through all of them. So yeah, years.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ah, stop it, bro. Stop. Just stop, man.
I go to Christians.com.
Oh my God.
I read my Bible.
See your lights flickering behind you when you said that. but yeah, I mean they got other sites. So what about, because they'll be all right, we can't go on this one, we'll go on this other one. No,
so yeah, all other sites are all right right now. Right now it's only Pornhub.
So then it's not what is it called? RedTube.
RedTube.
RedTube. Look at you picking up your pinky up, picking your tea. And there are others that they're just the same way. So we'll see how that goes. But I don't know. It's gonna make a big dent. Hey,
just to see how many other states are going to start following suit, because you got those conspiracy theorists that, like they was already saying in the article that I'm gonna paste the link to the articles. You can read up on it later in the comments. And link it on the page. But they were saying how it's just another way for the government to keep track of you and what you're doing and stuff like that. To build a database on, especially on. And they was actually saying they're targeting the transgender and the gay community, because they say that people who are visiting the sites, those are the ones that are actually rising on the clicks is the people from the gay and the transgender and the LGBTQ community that they're actually clicking up more. So they're actually trying to target them to monitor them and see what. That's what they're saying. Who knows
Yeah,
if
we'll see
that's
what
true?
happens with that.
Mm.
Blunt, I see something here that you got from Gun Hill. I have not.
Oh yeah, you
But
gotta play that.
I watched it.
I just
I thought it's important. I don't know if you know any
yeah.
more. I'm gonna play that, and you tell us any more if you have more information on that. Check this out, guys. If you are from Gun Hill Depot, definitely, or any depot, but this specifically is very important. Check it out.
So listen, we're on scene over here at Gun Hill Depot or in Eli Avenue. So apparently, behind us we have a casket that was delivered with some flowers and stuff. We have to take this type of situation seriously because we're under the impression that maybe this is a threat to the operators, and it's a message saying death to a bus operator, maybe because the way this thing is situated. NYPD has been notified, and we're going to try and we're going to take this situation as a serious issue.
Driving with my vest.
And we want to make sure that all our operators are safe, and to be very vigilant out there while you're operating on the buses. All right, be safe and keep your head on a swivel out here.
Yeah, so I don't know anything more about that, but that yeah, it's crazy how don't they have cameras that they can see somebody placing it there?
Only they put it in a spot where the camera is not pointing.
Yeah, but there's cameras everywhere. So like if you can see what time it got there, and then wherever in the area, you check the cameras out in the area.
Maybe they
But,
are.
yeah,
Maybe
that's-
they're already investigating that. Hopefully.
That's
Hopefully.
crazy. Like
That's
they
worrisome.
They really need to put those partitions up, full partitions up on these buses, and they really don't need to be having those station agents come out the booth. We just had we had an incident already. It was a couple of incidents, and one of the main ones was where is it? Let me see if I can find it here. Just right here, the worker. One of the workers shot a man after being followed. So this happened in Brooklyn. What day was it? What day was that, man? What day was that? If I can see if I can find it. The day was somewhere. When you. Of course, they don't have the date on it. But this was like maybe a week or two ago. This happened in Brooklyn, where you had two MTA workers that were at Atlantic Avenue Station. Let me clear that off the screen. They were at Atlantic Avenue Station, and a strap hanger came up to them and started berating them and bullying and trying to intimidate them. And so, being that they're workers, they ignored the guy. They even tried to defuse the situation by getting on the train and going to the next stop. But the guy followed them and was constantly getting in their face, talking about he's going to assault them. He's going to beat them up, stuff like that. And they got off at Union Station, which is in Brooklyn, a quiet spot in Park Slope. And the guy started getting really belligerent and was about to go up to them. And one of the workers pulled out the gun and shot him in the chest. And as of right now, all we know is that he's in critical condition in the hospital. It just so happens that one of the workers who had the gun was a collection agent. So he had, he's authorized to carry a gun. But who knows what's going to happen to that guy? But see, it's stuff like that you can't. You need to have more cops down there in a station. I mean, they came from Atlantic Avenue, which is a busy station. That they probably would have been better off staying there because they have more police presence in the area, at least. But because Union Street is a quiet station, so I don't know if that would, that was crazy. But we had that incident that happened, so it went from Atlantic Avenue to Union Station, and then you have we talk about our agents leaving the booth, but then you have stuff like this happen where private security guards who were hired by MTA, because this is what they're trying to replace these agents with, allegedly,
Mm-hmm.
where they hired a bunch of private security guards to walk the stations and stuff like that. And here you have a guy who was about to go through the gate, and they let him know you can't go through the gate. So he felt a little threatened. The strap hanger felt a little threatened because there was three of them there surrounding him. So he pulled out his phone and started recording. And when he did that, one of the security guards slapped the phone, and then the other two jumped him. And they all three proceeded to beat the guy up. He ended up having lacerations in the face, this, that, third.
Hmm.
And it's like, hello, you're not there to to police fare beaters. You're supposed to deter them, but that's as far as it goes. You don't put hands on them, because now you're going to bring a lawsuit to transit. So, and this is what happens when you hire people outside of the agency, where they don't really have too many consequences behind whatever actions they do.
They
Don't
don't have the
care.
rules that we have either.
Yeah, it don't apply to them because they're outside. What do you call it, contractors? So certain rules just don't apply. They could do whatever they. I mean, they can't, but they don't feel the pressure an MTA worker would feel. Like an MTA worker will think twice before putting hands on a strap hanger. I mean, it depends on the situation, of course,
Mm-hmm.
but you still have that in the back of your mind. It might save your ass a year or two if you give it a second more. But this is the problem is only going to get worse if they put these agents out the booths. If they don't put, like we keep calling on the show, we've been called for full petitions years back, and we're going to keep calling for it until it actually happens. Not this half plexiglass stuff that they got going on. They need to have the full petition. That the operator needs to be fully enclosed in that, and at that point, you got to be able to access the other side to get out. Because I know there's people who are claustrophobic; they might not like that. But to be able to get out on the left side, and have a full petition in case there's an emergency. But yeah, I mean, they have to really think this stuff out. They need to go to the workers and ask them what they think before they make these decisions. So hopefully, with the new president, we can get some of that done. But we'll see.
I'm here trying to get another something else that happened, and because the way I have my laptop connected, I can't freaking send it. I'm gonna have to just bring it up. Oh, let me see if it's here. Another operator was threatened. See, it's not letting me send it. Man, this happened on the Q17. This happened on December 23rd, about 9:20. This is the Q17 bus at Casino Boulevard and Horace Harding Expressway. Guy came in without paying the fare. He returned to the bus to engage in verbal dispute with the bus operator. He then allegedly, I don't know why they say allegedly, because on the picture you can see the guy. If I could show it this way, you can see the guy pointing the gun right at the bus operator, and he told him, "I should kill you." And now they're looking for this guy. Damn, this is kind of important. I couldn't send the picture, but let's see if I could show it to you guys this way for now. That's the guy that pulled the gun on our operator. If anybody has any idea, call the Crime Stoppers hotline 1-800-577-TIPS. And this is now I'm hoping that this bus operator, did not argue the fare. I'm hoping that's not the point. because we've been through this over and over again, guys. It's not worth it. It's not a job to, or some, we have some, I'm not saying that it's happened in this situation, because it's not, it just said he verbally, there was a verbal dispute because he didn't pay the fare. So it doesn't say that the operator said anything to him. So, like they say, allegedly the operator had an argument with him. Like say, allegedly the guy put a gun to his head, where you could see it right there on camera that he freaking pointed the gun at him. But we've said this time and time again, man, it's not worth it. Don't argue. Some of our coworkers, they take things a little too personal. Don't take it personal, bro. Just drive from point A to point B as safe as you can. Do the best to stay calm. I know it's not easy, but to start somebody because of anything, don't argue about anything. Just don't put yourself in a spot like that. It's not worth it. Think about your family. You just want to do your job and go home. That's what I do. Go to work, do my job. I want to come home to my family. That's it.
Yep.
What?
Just remember that a lot of people are on edge, and they only need that one straw to break the back and send them flying over the edge. So don't even give them. Don't give it to them. Don't give it to them. Just let it go.
All right, and with that, we'll leave you guys to the next show. We're gonna leave you with the time, a special. What do you call it? Time magazine did people that we've lost last year. So we're gonna end the show with that, and we'll come back next week, hopefully, right?
Hopefully next week.
Hopefully next week. All right, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for joining us, everybody that joined us. Remember, we will be sharing this straight after this tomorrow to Facebook and all the other pages if you miss it, but you have to join us on YouTube in order to join the conversation live.
Yep. Subscribe. It's free. All you need is that email address. Subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Let's build the channel.
Later, everybody.
Later.